Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are having a beautiful day. As for today's video, I thought I'll do a video on dead leaves. Yeah, those leaves which are turning yellow and or turning brown, whichever color, yellow, brown, and eventually dying off and falling off. I wanted to talk about those leaves. What do you do with them? What do you do with those leaves? And then from there, I'll take you around my house and check out my plants together with you. And yeah, and take it from there. But let's talk about those leaves before we do that, before we go around the house and, do that. If you see me look down, please just know I've made my notes that I don't miss out on anything. Hopefully this video is gonna be nice and short. Hopefully, I've said that in the past and the video turned out to be long, but I hope this one will be nice and short. But yeah, let's talk about those leaves. What do we do with them? And this is what I'm talking about. You know, I should have actually brought an example here with me to show you what exactly do I mean, right? Because it's pointless not to have a plant with me. So just a minute, I'm just going to quickly fetch a plant or two and show you what I'm talking about. Alrighty, I decided to actually just bring the plants which I need to attend to here. It'll make it easier, then I can show them to you than to go where they are. Because it's a few, it's not a lot. I don't have a lot of plants which which I've got about a few, so it's okay. It was easy to bring them forth. So so this is what I'm talking about. When when everything is healthy, all is well, and then you've got a plant that is saying goodbye to you, what do you do with those leaves? I mean, not a plant, you've got a leaf that is saying goodbye to the rest of the plant. What do you do with that? And so I'm just gonna tell you what do I do and then why do I do that. Well, for me, I cut them off, and it depends what I'm dealing with. Some plants I let them go to this point and then I cut it off, and some I don't even wait for them to get to this point. I just chop it off. It's different. Each plant is different. Yeah, don't know what's happening there. I just hope I didn't, break it. But anyway, so the reason we chop these dead leaves off, the leaves which are dying, the reason we chop them off, these are the reasons I would encourage you to cut them away. And one is that you are saving nutrients. So if I'm going to chop, this is my peace lily, chopping this leaf off, which is turning yellow and dying away, I'm saving nutrients which are going to this leaf. I'm saving them for the rest of the leaves which are still healthy, So you're saving nutrients. And point number two, you are encouraging growth. So by chopping this leaf off, which is dying, this one, you are encouraging new growth. So it's very important to chop those leaves which are dying, to chop them away. And the other point number three, why we would encourage you, or I would encourage you to cut them off, or I cut mine off, whichever way you want to look at it, is that it's a way to prevent spread of disease. Let's say if you're dealing with diseases, of which for me is not the case, then it's a way to prevent the spread of disease to the rest of the plant. And if this dying leaf has pests on it, it's a way also to prevent the spread of pests on the rest of the plant, So yeah, that's another one, which is a very important one for me, I think. And the other one, which we all, I think, like, is everybody loves a healthy looking plant, isn't it? We all love a healthy looking plant. You enjoy people coming into your home and saying, wow, you've got beautiful, healthy looking plants. And to maintain that look is to cut these ones which are dying away. Then you'll always have a healthy looking plant. So by chopping those brown ones away, you are improving the health and the appearance of your plant. So those are the 4 reasons why I cut away these leaves. So I'm just gonna show you how I do it. It's not the same with every plant. For me, it's not the same with every plant. Now with my peace lily, yes, my peace lily, I'm just gonna move the camera a little bit back. Hopefully you can still hear me. So with my peace lily, this leaf is dying off, right? This one. So I'm gonna chop it right at the bottom, right at the base, all the way down. I'm gonna go right there and chop it away, right there, and there it is. And by so doing, I'm encouraging new growth. So I'm gonna go around the whole plant and see if there's any more leaves that I need to chop, like that. By so doing, I am encouraging new growth. I'm preventing pests, if anything. Now I'm going to show you, like I say, it's different with every plant, it's different with every leaf. Now this one, there's no coming back. It's on its way out. No matter what you do, there's no coming back. It's gone. This one, it's gone, right? But, okay, let's chop this one too. Even this one is not as yellow as this one yet, but trust me, it's on its way out. It's gone. There's no saving this leaf. You can see it's already turning yellow. But now, if you look at this one on the other hand, the rest of the leaf is still healthy. It's still green. It's healthy. It's just the edges. So what I do, I take my clean scissors and then I just trim that edge off, which has turned brown, and then you can see I'm left with a nice, good looking leaf. So like I said, it's not the same with every leaf. I'm not gonna go and chop the whole leaf off, which is still healthy. I'm just gonna clean what I don't like. I'm just gonna clean what I don't like. See, there we go. I'm just gonna clean what I don't like. Just trim it off nicely. Take your time, trim it off nicely. Okay, those edges which are turning brown, you just take your scissors and you chop that off. And then by the time you are done, you are left with a nice, healthy looking plant. There we go. So I'm just chopping away. What does it look good to my eye? Okay. Just the edges, nothing much, just the edges. Okay. Some, it depends how you feel. Now with me, certain leaves, like this one, I really don't like how it looks. I'm just gonna chop it. I don't like how it looks, so I want it gone. You know, I want it gone. It's not dead. It's definitely gonna be alive for a long time. I just don't like how it looks, so I chop it off. And by so doing, like I said, you are encouraging new growth. You are encouraging new growth. So don't be scared to trim your plants. Don't be scared to prune away that which is not looking great. It might not show on the camera right now, but trust me, it's turning yellow and it's on its way out. So I'm gonna show you now when I'm done how this lovely plant looks. Everything is gone. It's just take off this edge. Okay, so there we go. Look how beautiful it looks. There's no brown, there's no yellow, there's no brown edges. It looks healthy, you see. So it's not the same with every leaf. You're not gonna go take your seeds and just chop from the base with every leaf. Some leaves, they just need to be trimmed on the edges. Some, yes, you need to go to the base, and some you need to be careful what you're doing. Now I've got my fan here. I've got my business fan here. You can see the edge there, one or two leaves, like this leaf and that leaf, is turning brown. So I'm just gonna do the same as I did with my peace lily. I'm going to trim that edge off. That's all. You don't have to cut the whole leaf off because it's still healthy. The leaf is still healthy. It's just that edge. So you just take your scissors and then you just do that. That's all. That's all that's needed. Nothing more. Just take that, get rid of the edge. And one more, this side. There we go. Try and wiggle my way in there. There we go. And boom, you are left with a nice looking healthy fan. Okay, I'm just gonna put it on the side. You saw that one, I didn't need to go to the base. Why? All the leaves are nice and healthy. It was just the edges of those 3 or 4, I think it was 4 leaves which were brown, which I then cut off. That's it, you know. Then we go to my bamboo palm. Okay, here's the one leaf that is brown, and this one I left it to for a long time. Sometimes if you pull it, it will go, but it's still a little bit hard. So you're gonna take your scissors, you go right to the bottom, and you chop it off. There we go. Now, same bamboo palm is the same as with your peace lily and your fern, and most other plants are the same. You know, the brown edges, you do the same. You see, I have brown edges here. You don't have to cut from the base. You just take your scissors and you chop all those brown edges you don't like. Well, I don't like them. I'm sure other people don't mind them. I mind them. So that's what I do. I just take my scissors and I chop them off. And I'm left with a nice, healthy looking bamboo plum. And then the other plant which I have is this elephant ear. I might have to balance this up. I don't know what happened, because it was standing nice and straight, and now all of a sudden it's like, so just a minute, I'm just gonna give it a I just need to get something to balance it. Just a minute. Okay, sometimes that will happen with your plants, and if you don't like the look, I don't like the look, because it's going all the way down and it's easy to break it when you walk past and everything. So I'm going to put a stick into the soil. Let me tilt my camera down for you to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to do this right there, and then I'm going to tie it around that it doesn't become unruly, you know, and in the process break, maybe because we bumped into it or something. Okay, get in there. There we go. I've tied this up. You can just cut the excess off. Alrighty. So yeah, I needed to deal with that first before I show you what yeah. So with this one, I want to show you something. I'm gonna bring my camera close. This is my last one. This is my last plant. With this one is different. The reason I had to leave this is an elephant ear, by the way. The reason I had to leave this one to come to this stage is it was still, there was still a leaf coming up. There was new growth coming out of this leaf. It didn't yet pop out, so I was careful to cut it, because you can actually cut the new growth off together with this if you are not careful. So I left it until it popped out, and I don't know if you can see. Then it popped out, which is this one here. This one here, it popped out, and then in it was this new growth which is happening now. And this one didn't obviously survive. I think because of what's happening here, it got affected by that and didn't survive, and it already had another growth happening in. So with certain plants, you need to be very careful before you go cut from the base, because you might just be cutting that old leaf together with the new growth that's coming up. And sometimes it's good to let it, to give it time, you know, to give it time. And when it gets to a place where you can see the new growth has been released, then you can chop it off. Or you study your plants. Over time you will know where to chop. But now with this one, I'm gonna chop right at the base, because it has done its job. And there we go. Now I've got a healthy looking plant. I've got another elephant ears here, and the old leaf is dying off, and this one I can freely chop, because if it has already given me new growth. I've already gotten new growth from it, which is this one. So I can chop this one off, and then I'm gonna chop it right there. Now what's gonna happen with it over time, this is gonna turn brown and I can peel it off, you know, but I'm left with a very healthy looking plant. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. For me, I do it regularly. That's why I don't have so many plants to bring forth. I try to leave them a bit for this video, that I will have plants to showcase what I'm talking about. But usually I don't have much of that around the house, because I see it, I deal with it. Unless if it's a situation like this one, where I feel there's a growth happening inside that leaf which is on its way out, then I want to allow it time to do what it needs to do before I prematurely chop it. But if I know where to cut, which one affect the new growth, then I chop it still. But yeah, that's all. It's been fun. I hope this is helpful to someone. I hope this means something to someone. Please let me know your thoughts. I'm looking forward to your comments. Is it something you do, or you just leave them to dry up like I've done? I did with this one. I left it to dry out. Like I said, I was trying to have plants for this video which have brown leaves, and I've left them that I can showcase what I'm talking about. But usually I go around the house and I just snip, 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 or I give it time like this one, you know. But it's been fun. I'm looking forward to your comments and to hear what your thoughts are. Is it something you do? How do you do it? How is it working for you? For me, I must say, I hardly and I rarely have issues with pests. And I think it helps. To be honest, it really helps to keep your plants clean, to keep your plants in a good condition. It helps to keep the pests away. Honestly speaking, it really helps to keep the pests away. I'll be lying if I say I have issues with pests. I hardly do. And there's been 1 or 2 cases, and many times it's just a small case. It would be like 1 or 2 millibugs, which you can just wipe off with a earbud and spray it off with a dishwashing soap and clean it up and, you know, rinse it off, and then you're done. And that also has been very rare. It's not something that happens occasionally. So but I think it's because I do my best to be on point when it comes to the health of my plants, the conditions of my plants, that they are clean, they don't have dead leaves, that they are washed, they're not dirty, they're not dusty, and things like that. So it helps a lot. So if it's something you don't do often, I would encourage you to do it, for the health of your plants. But anyway, it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And before I end this video, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you so much for your love and support. All that means a lot to me. And remember, click the notification bell that you don't miss out on new uploads. Until next time, bye.